Good morning. My name is Jose Pagan. I'm a father, a husband, a soldier, and a New Yorker. I've been asked to tell you a little bit about my life. As I've been forced to think about that life, I think I've discovered its meaning. I've come to realize that life is a gift. And I'm starting to recognize that I'm one of those people who have a hard time accepting presents. I'd much rather give to help people. I'm not used to people helping me. And I've thought long and hard about why perfect strangers like you would care enough to give somebody like me the gifts that you've bestowed. I don't think I'll ever truly understand your motivation, but I do want you to understand and feel my gratitude. So a little bit about me. I'm from the Bronx, and I grew up in a very tough neighborhood. I had a pretty rough family life. My mother and father both served time in jail when I was growing up. My sister and I were passed around to other family members. At other times, I found myself out on the streets, just getting by. From an early age, it was left to me to be the responsible one. I took care of everyone, including aunts, uncles, my sister, and even my parents. I accepted that role, but still I was looking for order, for some semblance, a purpose in life. I'd walk by my military recruiting station on Fordham Road each day, and finally, one day I enlisted. The military turned out to be a whole other family for me. I took to it like mustard on a Nathan's hot dog. I had the shiniest shoes, the sharpest crease in my trousers. I was made platoon guide during basic, and I loved it. Then we were shipped to Mississippi to finish basic training, and that's how I wound up meeting someone called Katrina. After the hurricane hit, they asked for volunteers to help, and I didn't hesitate. My first duty was to clear roads of debris. Now, that may not sound all that hard until you discover that debris means the bodies of some poor souls who couldn't run fast enough or swim hard enough. It takes something out of you. You know, the tears leave your body, but the images, the things you've seen, they remain trapped somewhere inside your soul. But we did our job, and we did it well. One day, I ended up rescuing 2 men who were trapped in their home. Then our duty changed to search and rescue. I was able to save dozens of more lives. And even though I'm an Army man through and through, the Navy gave me a medal. I carry that along with all my memories. Life truly is strange because I went from a flood to a desert, Iraq. My unit shipped out in 2006. If you've seen the movie The Hurt Locker, you know what it was like. That was my unit, the 92nd Combat Engineers. We cleared the roads, not of debris, thank God, no. We cleared mines, IEDs. I had the sweetest set of wheels, a Husky. Damn, the ugliest thing on the road since the Yugo. You basically drove it on top of the bomb to detonate it. It was heavily armored and it could take a hit. And I was inside a metal pod inside the Husky. The vehicle was designed to break apart and eject the pod if you hit a powerful explosion. And that's how I found myself on the side of an Iraqi road, unconscious. Apparently, I hit a big one and pulled the Evel Knievel. But that was less than wonderful. But some wonderful things did happen in the Army. That's how I met my wife. We had a beautiful daughter. Come on, isn't she beautiful? I recovered physically from my wounds, And when we got back stateside, I served out my duty and wound up coming back to New York. Life was hard. Back here, I'm not a hero. I'm not helping people. I began to experience what they call post-traumatic stress. Stress is a kind word for it. It creeps up on you without you even realizing. It takes a hold of you sometimes, and you can't even have control. As a result, my marriage fell on hard times. My ability to work was affected. I found myself sleeping on the streets with no desire to live. That's a picture of where I lived. No, not the plaza. On that bench on the bottom left. And I had to fight for that spot every night. Then Michelle from the Jericho Project found me. All those famous painters were wrong. If you ever wanted to see the face of an angel and what it looks like, all you had to do was take one look at Michelle. Michelle Weiss is with the Jericho Project. She cared for me. She had my back. She understood where I was coming from. Helped me with counseling and support services. Helped me regain my balance. Made me understand that I still had a future. One day she told me that some people from a group called Robin Hood were gonna get me an apartment, get my life back on track. Then she brought me to a new home. It's the first time I had a place I can call my own. Then she opened up a catalog and said, pick out your furniture. Well, I was speechless. He was a 30-year-old man, and it was the first time in my life that I was gonna choose my own things. Michelle will tell you that this ramrod, military tough guy from the Bronx cried like a baby. I wasn't crying about a couch. I was touched that someone I didn't know would give me this wonderful gift. The real gift wasn't the furniture. It was the compassion. But I told you I have a hard time accepting gifts. But you know what? I chose a bunch of really nice things, and I don't mind telling you, I think I did a pretty good job. Nice design sense, don't you think? The pillows pull the whole room together. Since then, I've been able to help and counsel other vets. I volunteer at Big Brother. My wife and I are talking about starting anew. My daughter is getting beautiful every day. A few weeks ago, I applied for a terrific job doing undercover security work. And I found out just 2 days ago, I got the job. Michelle was right. I do have a future. It's looking pretty bright. I've been doing a lot of thinking. I realize now why I like to help people. It gives meaning and purpose to your life. Maybe that's your motivation for helping perfect strangers like me. When I look back over my life, I realize that some of the most productive times in my life were when I left New York. During Hurricane Katrina, serving in Iraq, but something kept drawing me back to New York. And I looked for a reason why I kept coming back here. And then I realized what that reason was. It was you. People like you. The people at Robin Hood, people like Michelle, New Yorkers who came rushing to help me, no questions asked. New Yorkers who, in the best tradition of the military, saw a comrade fall and rushed to pick him up, cared for him, kept him safe. I know people say New Yorkers are cold and uncaring. They better not say that in front of me. You've given me so much. How can I possibly give back to you? I give you my promise, and I won't let you down. Finally, I want you to understand that I didn't come here today so that you can recognize me. I only came so that I could recognize you. So in conclusion, if you don't mind, I'd like to give you, the people of New York, a standing ovation.